do you make of the Dolphins' reported interest in Jonathan Taylor?
Look, I think they see many of the same things that we all see when we evaluate Jonathan Taylor on the football field. But it's the way in which he conducts himself as a professional and the way in which he has lifted the play of everyone that he has been around since he's been in high school, on into college at Wisconsin, and now at Indianapolis. The Dolphins recognize what he would bring to this football team. And make no mistake about it, he would make them absolutely lethal with his speed and power combination in the context of that offense. So there's no, you shouldn't wonder why Chris Grier is trying hard to strike a deal. I just find it ironic that a football team that right now in the Indianapolis Colts that's questioning what his long-term value is now trying to extract maximum, maybe irrational value from him, from another team in regards to a trade. That's just so, the irony is just so thick right there. It just makes you gag. But I mean, nevertheless, I can understand why the Miami Dolphins have made him a priority right now in terms of trying to acquire him. And I would continue to try and put my foot through the floor as far as the pedal, putting it down to the floor if I'm Chris Grier trying to get this young man on my football team.
Yeah, I think the deal gets done. As I sit here today on Monday, I don't think it's going to get done. Lewis, you brought up a good point of like the context of his impact when it comes to this offense. Then you have this back that he bursts through holes at such a violent kind of pace, and you sit there and go, and that's why when I hear a guy like Lewis go, man, this vaults them over the top, I sit there and kind of agree with it, because we often say, is it a fit? This isn't a fit. This is a schematic thriving for Jonathan Taylor and the Miami Dolphins.
You know what's so interesting is there are so many moves that fall into this category this offseason, but it's like, part of me is like, man, should Jonathan Taylor put the Dolphins over the top? Maybe. At the same time, in the AFC, like, they still have such a hurdle to climb over, even in their own division, right?
Can I ask you a quick question about Jonathan Taylor? Yeah. So we've seen Saquon Barkley and the Giants amend his contract, and the same with Josh Jacobs in the Raiders. Yeah. Is there the chance that the Colts are they capable of doing it with Indy and Jonathan Taylor?
They can do whatever they want.
They can do that.
Yep. He's 3 years into his rookie deal, which makes him extension eligible, and there is absolutely no deadline. It could happen today, it could happen tomorrow, it could happen the day before free agency starts if the Colts or the acquiring team would like to. Now we have Adam Schefter joining us here on NFL Live. And Schefter, hopefully you've heard some of the conversation up to this point, but what more can you add about the Jonathan Taylor trade market right now, including the Dolphins' interest?
Well, the Dolphins have been interested, but I think the Colts right now are taking calls and slow playing this, even though there's a deadline tomorrow. It doesn't seem that the Colts are close to a trade partner with Jonathan Taylor. Now, they've given him until Tuesday, tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, to make a decision. And let's keep in mind, right now he's on the physically unable to perform list. They have to activate him by 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow to have him available for the start of the season. So if he doesn't get traded, is Jonathan Taylor going to be healthy enough in his own mind to start this season out and play with a team that he clearly wants to move on from? There's a lot that both sides have to sift through here in the next 24 or so hours. But right now, as this moment, it doesn't seem like they're close to a resolution.
It sort of feels like to me we need a Jonathan Taylor clock here on NFL Live. 23 hours and 52 minutes if my math is correct. Can't wait to see what happens over the next 23-plus hours.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.